Alright guys, match fixing in esports is one of the worst things a player can be accused of. Even if they're proven innocent, it's the type of thing that can hang over them their entire career. Today, I want to tell you a story about a Rainbow Six Siege player who was banned for attempted match fixing. They say that it was all a joke and that they did nothing wrong, but we were told that they were serious and that they've allegedly done this before. So before we get into the story, you guys might have noticed that theScore Esports has been streaming over on twitch.tv/theScore Esports. We got our talk show Clouded that airs every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern, where me, Dan, Keith, and Colin break down the biggest stories from esports in streaming. So make sure you follow the channel and you hit that notification button so you know exactly when we go live. Okay. Let's get back to it. So this story came to my attention when an anonymous source contacted me and said pro player Shermi had contacted a player about match fixing an upcoming GSA match. The GSA is an amateur league with the €40,000 prize pool that feeds into the EU Challenger League. Pro players like Pengu and Kanto Ricchetti are required to play in the GSA because basically Ubisoft sees this as a way to give amateur teams development time and experience against the best that EU Pro Siege has to offer.
Jetzt gerade Rips holt sich Pengu, ein wichtiges Ding. Aces kommen mit dem Entry durch. Capcan und Corey holt sich Shermi Astro mit dem Double Kill von Aces.
And the winner of GSA earns a spot in the EU Challenger League. But here's the weird part. Pro League teams competing in GSA, so your G2s or your Rogues of the world, can't claim that EU Challenger spot because, well, they're already in Pro League. So essentially, if Rogue were to win GSA, the next highest ranked amateur team would claim that spot. Now, Shermi and his amateur team Devin compete in GSA, and they're actually pretty good. They managed to beat both Rogue and Team Secret, two teams who compete in EU Pro League. My source, who requested to remain anonymous, provided a translated version of the conversation in which Shermi asks another player if they'd be willing to throw an upcoming GSA match against Rogue. The other person in the conversation basically asks if Shermi's suggesting that they match fix, and Shermi replies, yes, hahaha. From there, Shermi doubles down and says that this match against Rogue isn't important to the other team, and that Rogue winning would help Devin get closer to clinching that Challenger League spot. Remember, as an amateur team, you don't even have to win GSA. You just have to be the highest ranked amateur team in the league. So you can imagine winning the GSA league would be a huge step up for an amateur team like Devin. From there, we were told that the player talking to Shermi got in touch with his general manager, and they went back and forth as to whether or not they should report this incident to Ubisoft. Soon after that, our source told us that the player talking to Shermi was contacted by another Siege player in the GSA, and they said that Shermi had allegedly done this before in something called the Saturday League. And the Saturday League is basically another amateur league that players can compete in. It was after hearing that Shermi had allegedly done this before that the person talking to Shermi decided to file a report to Ubisoft. Now, I talked to Shermi, and he says that he eventually heard that Ubisoft was looking to ban him because of this conversation. So, he went to the person that he had the conversation with and said, hey man, I was just joking. Can you tell Ubisoft that? According to Shermi, there was no match fixing here. It was all just a joke. But eventually, Ubisoft handed Shermi a 6-month ban that ends in January of 2021. Ubisoft Germany eventually made a statement about this, and translated, it reads, quote, as a result of an investigation because of attempted match fixing while playing in the 2020 version of the GSA League, we decided to ban Shermi from Team Devin for the next 6 months from all esport competitions, end quote. Now, after the ban was announced, Shermi doubled down on social media, saying that he wasn't serious about match fixing and that it was all a joke, and he also thinks that he probably won't be able to come back from this. And like I said, I talked to him about this situation, and here's what he had to say about the ban.
And I messaged him like, yeah, why don't you throw the same way that you did today against like Rogue on the last match day? And then he said like, yeah, is this match fixing what you want from me? And I was like, yes, ha 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 ha, like joking around. Like at this moment, like I never expected like him or like anyone to like take screenshots of this conversation and then just send it to Ubisoft. Like a day or 2 days later, Ubisoft contacted Devin, the org I played for, and told them that I am like locked and I'm not allowed to play till like they know what happened there.
Now, the response to Shermi's ban online is largely in his favor. Some people are calling 6 months too harsh, and other people are wondering why he got banned at all since he didn't actually match fix. Now, you have to imagine that Shermi attempting to match fix is what led Ubisoft to give him a 6-month ban. If he actually match fixed, the punishment would be much worse. And Shermi says that he was pulled into a conference call with Ubisoft executives, and they said that, hey, you can tell us your story, but it's not going to affect the ban. You're still getting a 6-month ban no matter what happens.
We have like a phone call with like the German Ubisoft center, and there were like 3 people in it. I don't know who they're all in, but it was like the head chef from the German office and like 2 other guys. And the first thing they told me, like, yeah, the decision is already done. You can tell us your story now, but it wouldn't affect the outcome.
And when it comes to the allegation that Shermi attempted to match fix in that amateur Saturday league, he says that never happened.
No, I never did anything like that, and I don't know what he even said. Like, even him said it. You tried this before, and I asked him, what do you mean? But I, like, hands down, swear on my life, I never, like, did like any match fixing in any league. With this chat that I was with him, it's not even match fixing. I didn't even give him anything. Like, normal match fixing would be like, oh yeah, I give you money and you throw your game or something like that. It was just purely chat. I don't even know how like they are managing to say like, oh yeah, your career is now over and you get banned for 6 months. Like, I don't understand.
Now, I don't know if Shermi was serious or if he was just joking, but what I do know is that you probably shouldn't slide into the DMs of somebody you don't know that well and say, hey, want to do some match fixing? I mean, why even give Ubisoft the chance to slam down that ban hammer? Critics of Shermi point to Pengu, who makes jokes about match fixing on social media, implying that if Pengu can do it, why can't Shermi? Well, to be honest, there's a big difference between a tweet that everyone can publicly see and a DM conversation. 1, you never match fix in public, and 2, it's much harder to tell if someone's joking when they slide into your DMs. Look, I have no idea if Shermi was serious or not, and I have no idea if this ban is too harsh. But I do know that if you want to be a pro player, joking about match fixing online is probably not a good idea. Colten has just been talking about the fact that his legs have been giving him issues over the last couple of months and he doesn't know why. And my old ass, there are days when I get out of bed and I fucking tweak something in my back, and that's it for me. Woo! I'm 25 years old and I have these fucking problems. I don't know what's happening. Should probably see somebody about it. Woo! I have no excuse. I have no excuse. I'm doing YMCA now. I have no fucking excuse. Whew!